Hello everyone. So today we'll be seeing the third question from the TLE series of the 1300 creative problems. The problem name is romantic glasses. So what does the problem state? It is given that Julia has n glasses arranged in a line. The ith glass has a of I amount of juice in it. Julia drinks only from odd number of glasses while her date drinks only from the even number of glasses. So, to impress her date, Lulia wants to find a contiguous subarray of these glasses such that both Lulia and her date will have the same amount of juice in total if only we see the glasses in the subarray. So here the constraints are given in one indexing. So we can change it into zero indexing and solve the problem also. So as for the zero indexing, if we take one indexing, Julia drinks only from odd number of glasses. But when we change it to zero indexing, it will be reversed and Julia will drink only from even number of glasses. Okay, so now let's get into the problem. So this is a more formal definition. We don't need that right now. So let's see how we can do the problem. So let's get into the problem. What does this state? So we have been given an array A and we want to figure out a segment of suppose some size. It should start from L and end at R such that in this segment the summation of what Julia drinks should be equals to the summation of what her date drinks. Okay. Now what here happens is we can see that Julia will drink from even number glasses and day drinks from odd number glasses. So I know the problem states differently, but here we are taking a zero indexed approach for the problem. Okay, so now let's get into the example. So suppose we have been given the array A, that is 1 2 11 4 1 5 1 and 2. So what we can see is so Lulia can drink these glasses and her date can drink the odd number of glasses. So we want to figure out an segment from L to R where uh, where we want to have that the summation of what Julia drinks is equals to what the summation of her date drinks. So we can see that if we take the segment from L is equals to 1 to R is equals to 7, what happens is how much will Lula drink? That will be equals to 11, that is at index 2, plus 1, that is at index 4, and again plus 1, that is at index 6. So it will be a total of 13 units. Similarly, what the date drinks, let's see. So it will be 2 plus 4 plus 5 and then again a 2. This also comes out to be 13 units. So we can see that these two are equal. So the answer should be a yes. So how can we solve this? So the first thing, the brute force approach would be O of n square solution where we see all possible segments. But using a brute force approach will give us a time limit exceeded because of the given constraints. So we will have to optimize it. So optimizing it, we can get an O of n approach. So let's see how we can get this. So as we can see in the array, we have to make the sum of what Lulia drinks minus what the grade drinks to be a constant. It is a zero, but it can also be a constant in a given subarray region. So I'll give you an example to make you understand. Suppose we have an array and the sum till this index is suppose 4, and then we again encounter another index after a while which also has a total sum of 4. So what does this mean? That the segment in between these two indexes have a total sum of 0. But we can say that all the values are positive. So how can we have a 0? So at that time we have to see this a negative sign. So what happens is whenever a date drinks, whatever indexes the date would be drinking from, we would assign that a negative value, and whatever Julia will be drinking, we will assign that as a positive value. So what we can do is now let's take the array again to it. So we have seen that all the positions where the date would be drinking from, we would assign that a negative value. So the date would drink from the odd indexes. So we will assign them negative values. So these values will become negative. Now we have to figure out a segment that has a total sum of zero. This is a typical lead code type question with a name subsegment with sum zero. So what we do in this, we use a set. What this set will show is we will start taking up sum from the leftmost index and we will keep storing the sum that we encounter into the set. And if at any moment we encounter the same sum again, that means we get a subset which has a total sum of zero. So let me explain this to you with this example. So we'll take the sum. So it will be 1, then minus 1, then it will be 10, then a 6, then a 7, then a 2, then a 3, and then again if this would be a 1. So we can see this would be the summary that will creep. This is the prefix sum. So now we can see that when we encounter this one, we'll see that a 1 is already present in the array. If this happens, then only we will have the answer as a yes, or else the answer would be a no. So how can we do this? So we'll write the pseudocode for this. So suppose we take a set S, we have a set S, so and a sum variable that will start from 0. So we'll go from the integer I that is in array A. Now what we'll do, we'll use sum plus equals to A. No, sorry, not A, it will be I. So now what we'll do is we will check if set contains the value sum previously, we definitely know that we have an answer. So we will directly print yes from here and we will return from the function directly. And now what we do is once we figure out the sum and suppose the sum is not there initially, we would directly add this sum to the array. And if there is no way that a sum is occurring twice, we will directly print a no. Now, this may also happen that we directly encounter the sum equals to 0 for some value. So, suppose the array is having 1 and a minus 1. So, the sum would become 1 and a 0 here. So, we are directly encountering a 0 over here. And this is also a valid case. That should give us a yes. So, what we can do is we can directly add a 0 to the set initially before entering the loop. So I hope the pseudocode is clear to you and the intuition is clear. So if the intuition is not clear, you can just check this part out again and you will be able to understand why this works. Now let's get into the coding part. So now let's get into the coding. And here we will initially take the input of the length and we will declare a long array. We are declaring a long array because of the constraints of 10 to the power 9 and it could go outside if we keep the sum. So now what we do is we take all the inputs. Okay, now what we want to do if we are at odd position numbers, so indexes. So what we can do is we can directly assign a of I is equals to minus a of I. We can we can do this in another loop, but it is efficient this way. So now what we'll do is we will create a set of long, not let's name this hash set, and now, as I said, we will be adding a 0 to the asset right now. Oh, okay, so we have a long, so we have to add full long. Yeah. So now we'll declare a sum variable with 0 and we will start going through the loop, going through the array. And now what we'll do, we'll add the sum and if the hash set already contains the given sum, our answer should directly be a yes, and we should directly return from here. And if it is not such, we should add the given sum to the hash set. And if no one is giving, no subarray is giving such a value, we directly print a no. So this is the code. Let's run this and see. Yeah, so it has passed, and now we will try submitting this. So we have submitted the question. It will be accepted soon. So I hope the question is clear to you guys. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment. I'll be answering your queries soon. Thank you. Yeah, so we can see that the solution has been accepted. Thank you for watching, guys. This is all.